Hello and welcome to another IDEA webinar. We're going to cover safer dating, and we've got Anthony Oyogoa, who's the CEO of the URSafe app, Geoff Tinsley, who's the CEO of RealMe, and Justin Davis, who's the CEO of Spectrum Labs, and Geoff Cook from the Meet Group, CEO of the Meet Group, who will be joining us very shortly. And I'm Mark Brooks. I think you know me. I run IDEA, the Internet Dating Excellence Association, along with the little consultancy Courtland Brooks. So without further ado, I'd like to ask my panelists about their companies and what specifically does your company do in a nutshell to help internet dating and online social community apps users improve their safety when meeting online and in real life. And why don't we start with Geoff Tinsley.
Hello. Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me. Excited to talk to your audience about safety. It's a big issue. So a quick introduction about us. RealMe is a unique and free reputation platform to help make online daters and marketplaces safer. We're trying to reduce fraud, scams, and worse that's going on. And at the same time, we're trying to improve trust in the marketplaces. So think any kind of site that connects strangers, trying to help them improve trust to drive increased conversion, drive greater user adoption from people that just aren't using those platforms for that reason. So excited to talk about safety online. We know it's a big growing issue.
Thank you, Geoff. Anthony?
Well, we're the first global hands-free, voice-activated personal safety app.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. Justin?
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you having us on the webinar today. So Justin Davis, CEO and co-founder of Spectrum Labs. Spectrum Labs works with basically social networks, dating apps, gaming companies, marketplaces, to help them detect some of the nastiest stuff that happens on these various properties. We can detect over 40 plus behaviors. We have a patent on the way that we do this across many given languages on the fly, and we predominantly focus primarily on text and voice.
Great. So Geoff, Anthony, Justin, you all have services that are available to internet dating and online social communities. Geoff Cook, you're bringing us hello, by the way, Geoff, how are you doing? You're bringing the perspective of the Meet Group. So could you tell us what Meet Group's position is on how you improve safety across the various Meet Group properties in a nutshell? What's kind of the overarching philosophy?
Yeah, so a few things. So what is the Meet Group? We're 5 apps, Meet Me, Scout, Tag, Lavu, Growler, 15 plus million monthly users. What we've been doing that's fairly unique within dating is really bringing live streaming into dating since 2016, and we've seen kind of a dramatic acceleration in that, with the virus. Our users are playing about 185,000 dating games a day. That's up almost double since just March, and we really aim to make everyone the star of their own dating show. As it relates to safety, what we're seeing is that video is a great filter for just determining who to meet in real life. Both from a perspective of, feeling more comfortable with someone's personality and appearance. Obviously, authenticity is a problem endemic within dating apps. Are you talking to the person that they're representing to be? But then also with new levels of, in this age of COVID, are they coughing? Is this someone that I'm going to risk an exposure on? And so we really think that video has a place in dating for really the future, and the place it will play is to pre-screen and pre-qualify potential in-person meetings.
Gotcha. Thank you, Geoff. So internet dating is quite a special environment, of course. So what do you see as being the greatest issues for this particular context? What are the vulnerabilities around safety and security in online dating? Could we get your perspective, Geoff Tinsley?
Mine. Well, I guess, because we don't run a dating service ourselves, but of course work with many other clients that do, we do have some perspective. But actually, one of the most important things I can probably share, our guys wanted me to share just some of wanted to tease some details about a report that a study that we did with FTI, a new study that's coming out later this month. Some of the key issues that people are dealing with are, once again, that they just don't trust the online services and marketplaces very much. There's a low level of trust, and but there's positives too. So even though we're seeing that 30 to 40% of profiles are fake, what we're also finding out from customers is that there are easy ways to deal with the trust issues there. In line with what Geoff Cook said, I mean, a key part of what we do as a service is help make sure that people are real, that they are who they say they are, first of all. And the vast majority of users, we've been told in a dating context, 9 out of 10 users have an interest in knowing that they're engaging with somebody that's actually been verified, that is real, and want access to more information about that individual, as well as access to some of their historical, behaviors. So trust is a big issue. Too many people have been hurt, but there are simple ways to deal with those issues. I have some other data related FTI study around, how coronavirus has affected companies, but really love hearing from Geoff Cook that are seeing huge increases in the usage even during this tough time. We've seen the study that we ran says the same. 72% that are using dating services are spending more time using them, and if the the social distancing continues, they're going to continue to do that. Anyway, the key issues that we're seeing are really around trust in these marketplaces. A lot of people aren't even using dating services at all, or marketplaces in generally, just simply because they are afraid. So there's also a massive opportunity for companies to grow their market share by doing some very simple things that I and some of the others on this call can actually provide to grow market share, not just improve conversion and engagement from existing markets.
Thank you, Geoff. Anthony, what's your perspective on vulnerabilities of the context of internet dating? What do we have to work with, and what's your perspective?
From our perspective, and us being a personal safety app, one of the things that we get involved in the last end, right? So you've met the person online, you've maybe done a video chat, you've exchanged some comments. So all of our partners here have been part of that exchange. So Geoff's company brings you together on the platform. Justin's company can help monitor some of the speech. And Geoff's company can help you verify what the person's history has been like online to validate that they are a real person, or whatever some of their history has been, what they posted. And then we're the last leg, right? So we're when you actually decide that I want to meet this person in real life, or I want to go on a date, or in a marketplace, I want to meet them to buy something. Allowing us to be part of that experience, allowing you to set up an app that you can set 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 people that are like your loved ones that can monitor where you are. They can, during the date, you actually have the voice activation in case you do feel unsafe. And our app is global, just like Geoff's dating company. We have users that are activating the app in Dubai, that are activating it in Philippines, that are activating it all around the world, making sure that we can provide that level of safety to people around the world, especially for that last leg of the dating experience or the marketplace experience when you actually meet in person.
Right, thank you, Anthony. Justin?
Yeah, I think Anthony mentioned something that's really important. The 3 companies here outside of the Me group, with RealMe and URSafe and what we're up to at Spectrum, we actually have a really strong partnership, and it's all 3 levels of that, right? So for Tinsley and RealMe, it's around how do you verify that the user is who they say they are when they're in the sign up process, and even after, like when they're on the platform. And then once they start creating usernames and creating content and sharing ideas and conversations with users on the platform, that's where we come in and really identify, is there something nefarious in that conversation? And this isn't about, chat filtering or filtering out content. Like no dating app, really no social network really wants to go down that path of infringing upon free speech and restricting words on that level, unless it's a child-based platform, which has a whole different set of context and nuance to that. But in the dating world, you really don't want to you don't want to come across as appearing as big brotherish or preventing free speech in any sort of way. And so if you're looking at, monitoring for chat or preventing worse from going from one user to another, that's not really the best approach for identifying really complex behaviors related to prostitution and sesta fosta, detecting underage users that may be on the platform that are talking to, you know, grown men and women, which has risk for the brand, has risk for the individuals that are talking to that person. You know, spam fraudsters that come on the platform looking to just erode the user experience and cause havoc for no other purpose, maybe for financial gain, but for whatever reason. And these things go beyond just looking at a single word. So again, you have you know, RealMe checking up front, you have us in process when the dating app is live and users are interacting with one another. And then once they actually make a connection and meet, that's when having something like URSafe and deployed with the user base is really strong, because that way you've got all three levels of the system around how a platform like the Meet Group and what Geoff Cook's team's doing, you know, brings people together and allows them to communicate.
Great, thank you, Justin. So you've all taken quite different, interesting and different approaches to improving safety. Let's have a look at the macro perspective now. Geoff Cook, you've got the macro perspective running a group of dating apps that are video focused. What do you see as the biggest vulnerabilities right now? What are the biggest issues around safety?
Yeah, so you know, the end of last year, we basically wrote a blog post that kind of set forth our 4 areas to focus on with respect to safety in 2020, and we've essentially been executing against those 4 areas ever since. So one is authenticity. So authenticity is, you know, important to any dating app. There's issues of catfishing, where, you know, users aren't who they say they are. There's scam, where users actually trying to defraud someone. How can you get more trust that a person in a profile photo is the person operating the profile? Video is, of course, very good. Live video in particular is very good at kind of sussing out, is this person likely to be who they say they are? What do they look like right now as opposed to 10 years ago? But then we're also looking at, we work with a vendor named FaceTech, and we've rolled out, we've begun rolling it out, and we'll be adding a verified badge relatively soon, where if you complete this kind of 2 to 3 second 3D scan, we'll be able to you know, conclude that you're a live person. And 2, we'll be able to do things in the future to compare you to your profile photo and report some kind of confidence interval in order to further provide authenticity.
Great, thank you so much, Geoff. And this has been a wonderful panel, I must say. I think, you know, the role of IDEA is to help inspire the dating industry and to really deliver on our true promise. And I think the absolute value that we deliver is making sure that the people who show up on a date are the people that are supposed to be showing up on the date. There's less surprises. We increment significantly over the real world scenario of meeting someone just, you know, happenstance. I think that's what we do extremely well. We've got some best-in-class vendors. We've got a best-in-class, we've got the Meet Group, who are very proactive on this front as well. I hope we can inspire you further. Let us know any topics that you'd like to see addressed. I made a note about the chat. That's a good one. Thank you very much. And we'll do this again on the 23rd of July. We've got another IDEA webinar coming up on the 23rd of July, which dovetails very nicely with this one. I'll be running a post on OPW very shortly. And I think that concludes our call for now. I really appreciate your time. This has been very informative. Thank you so much.